Glory to Jesus Christ.
Glory to him forever. Today we want to talk about St John of Damascus. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Peter, to tell us a little bit about his life.
St John of Damascus was around the mid-600s. He was born of aristocracy, born of a wealthy family. And then he decided to go and join in the monastery. And his major work in his life was evangelism. But he was working towards Islam. How to bring people who converted to Islam or was being persuaded to Islam, and how to counteract arguments for Islam and how to counteract that and how to bring people to the faith. He read the hadiths, he read the Quran, and he even talked about that Christ Christ was not the Son of God, which is a major sin in Islam. That if you say that he's the Son of God, you're done. You ain't going to heaven. You're going to stay in hell forever. So, and I believe that's called the shirk. The unrepenting sin of saying that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. And he counteracted all these arguments, and he wrote books on them. And he persuaded people. And I found that really interesting. It's like you have this man who was like, I'm going to stand up for the faith no matter what. And I think where it came down to, I think he was even questioning it himself. I think that's why he went on that journey, because he was even questioning, is Jesus the Son of God. And I think that he wanted to do his own research, not just for others but himself too, to confirm that is the case. And then once he found that that is the case, he did not look back. He didn't stop. But I find that really interesting, the fact that we have our modern bishops and cardinals, and His Holiness the Pope wants to have interfaith at all. I find it interesting. I think maybe this would make more sense if I start drinking more.
Well, don't do that.
Well, there's hand sanitizer over there. Can I drink that?
No, that's all right.
Okay.
Especially on this show, I don't know that would. Although hand sanitizer would probably be more compliant with Google's guidelines or YouTube's guidelines. But anyway, we see all kinds of nonsense, like an Irish priest inviting a Mohammedan to chant his Muslim chant in a Catholic church. I mean, you can invite him to the Catholic Church and say, hey, I'm inviting you to a mass and to see how it is, or a liturgy or whatever. But no, he is inviting him to lead the prayer, which is, the Muslims are heretics. And so you have a heretic in a Catholic church leading prayer. It makes no sense. But then we look at someone like St John of Damascus, and his interfaith dialogue was more of a debate. It was more of telling Muslims the Islam faith is false, convert to Christianity if you want your salvation. And I think, we can respect people. I don't think there's any problem with that. And I don't think, we should commit any violence. I mean, Muslims are certainly guilty of that. But I think that we do need to call the Mohammedans to conversion. And when we see bishops having these interfaith dialogues and saying, oh, we're all brothers, human fraternity, all religions are mostly equal, they're all on a path to God, like Bishop Barron says. That's completely false. That's heresy. Well, we need to reject that.
That's heresy, but that's also Eastern. That's an influence. Eastern influence on the West. Like when I'm talking about Buddhism, Hinduism. That's what they believe. That came from Asia. But you don't hear about that. You don't hear about that. Also, it's a slap in the face. When we're talking about Muslims and stuff, it's a slap in the face to Christians who live in these Middle Eastern countries and are being killed, raped, because they're Christians in these countries, and yet you're gonna have what was he, an imam?
I don't even know. It was
Well,
some Muslim person.
Don't
but-
matter. He must be an imam.
Yeah.
He's going to lead prayer. Because only imams can do that. He's going to lead an imam in a Catholic church. Like, that's disgusting. That's a slap in the face to every self-respecting Christian and to God. And like, what's wrong with you? I mean, who was this priest?
Some priest in Ireland.
I wonder if he was drinking hand sanitizer. Maybe it messed up his brain.
Maybe.
Because that's ridiculous. Like in Iran, they have the second largest population of Christians in the world.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think they're not Catholics, they're not Orthodox. I think there's mostly like evangelical Christianity is actually kind of really popular in Iran. But I met a man who his father was the leader of the underground churches in Iran, and he was assassinated. He was stabbed to death. And he came to America to tell his story. And I hear that, and it's like, then you hear this moronic priest, who's going to accept an imam to pray in church. Well, what are you doing? I mean, are you brain dead? Because you must be.
Yeah, what's the whole point of Catholicism at that point? Is it just a paycheck for these priests?
So it's mockery is what it is. I mean, Catholicism is not weak. It's supposed to be strong. It's supposed to be in your face, literally. In your face. And now, since Vatican II, we got mamby-pamby Catholic priests who says, let's love everybody. Because that's Jesus loves everybody.
Human fraternity. It's a Freemasonic term. But anyway, don't let faithless priests and bishops drive you to drinking. Convert, dedicate your entire life to Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you for watching. Glory to Jesus Christ.
Glory to him forever.